Hi, and welcome to my review of the 2022 Skeeter Sx2350. Disclaimer, I do not get paid by Skeeter or YouTube. Wish I did, but I don't, so I don't care if you subscribe or smash the button because it doesn't do me any good. I made this video just because there's very little information about this model. It's a brand new model, and when I was shopping, I wish there was more reviews out there from people that actually own the boat and drive them. So making this for you guys, hope it helps. So starting with the trailer, the Skeeter trailer, it's the second bay boat I've had from Skeeter. Previous was a Sx2350. The trailer's been great so far, rides very smooth, the hitch is a lot stronger than it needs to be. The trailer steps I would not have ordered on a boat. I bought this one off of a lot, but I love it now that I've had it. The hull design's been borrowed from the Sx2350, very similar, the Carolina flare. It is very effective in keeping splash away. The hull design, even though the dead rise is smaller than the Sx2350 I had, it is a lot smoother ride and faster, although that may have something to do with the outboard being a little bit larger. The taller sides on this boat than the rest of the XS family, other than the 2550, give it a very distinct look. I really love the look of the boat, although the higher sides are going to catch more wind. I do a lot of drift fishing, so that doesn't bother me too much. Trim tabs shouldn't even be an option, right? I haven't had to use them on this boat yet. 10 hours in on the motor and haven't had to use them. Jack plate, highly recommend. It's been great so far. The finish on the hull has just been outstanding. With this dark color, it still looks great. When you look down the sides, the Skeeter logo looks awesome. Love it. My previous 2250 had a 225 Yamaha 4-stroke, which was a great motor. I was skeptical about the SHO, the added price, but like I said, I bought this off the lot. It was already rigged. I love it. It is an amazing motor. The new swim platform is very sturdy. I have not used it yet, and I don't use it to get in and out of the boat. I use the ladder that's on the front of the trailer. Stepping up into the boat, you'll see the high gunnels. I love those. Everybody that's fished in my boat, this one and the last one, also had high gunnels, loved it. I would like to see a larger front deck from Skeeter out of this boat. There's a lot of wasted space here in front of this bait well for a step. I don't know why. Hell, I'd like to see the front bait well gone. I don't use it anyway. Maybe a lot of other guys do. A lot of space on either side of the console to get around. Very nice. This leaning post is the one with the flip-up seats and the angle cooler below it. I do miss my storage under the seat there, but I added some dry bags, zip tied to the post just for small stuff. The jump seat is very nice. I like it in the middle instead of on the outsides. I think it gives more protection to the people sitting there. Lots of rod holders. And this is non-digital controls. I've never had digital controls, so I don't know what I'm missing, I guess. This is the anchor storage right in front of the trolling motor. Personally, I would do without it and have more storage under the front deck. I have never used my anchor. As long as I've been fishing out of a bay boat, I've never used one. Once again, I'm sure other people do. I don't, though. so I could really use the space for something else. There is no bottom, so the anchor drains into the bilge, obviously. This is the center storage under the front deck. Much smaller than my previous boat, about half the size, and I really miss that. This is where I put my life jackets, my butt seat when I'm not using it, whatever goes in there. Would really like to see that a bigger storage area. That's one miss here on this boat. This is the starboard storage of the front deck, very similar to my last boat, the 2250. This is where I put all my tackle. Try to keep it dedicated, nothing else. Rod storage is on the port side of the front deck. Also anchor light. There is no bow light. The bow lights are built into the hull, which is very nice. This is the floor hatch right in front of the console. I use that for the sea anchor. Interesting, this hatch has a lock on it while other hatches are not lockable. More on that later. This is the bait well in front of the console. If it wasn't molded into the console, I would take it out. I don't use it. It's just in the way. I'm sure a lot of guys do use it to bait fish. The glass door seems like it's kind of nice, but it is very stiff. This is the port live well at the aft deck. I don't bait fish, so I use these for storage. I try to keep things in there that are okay to get wet. I am working on keeping them dry, so that's a future project. Same thing with the starboard aft live well. I use it for storage since I don't bait fish. Guys that do bait fish, if you use all three of the wells for bait and live wells, you're gonna not be happy with the amount of storage that is left over for you. I think they came up a little short there. This is the aft seat behind the leaning post. Very nice. I like the location. It's very comfortable. When it folds down, it is easy to walk on. It's very stable. This is the Lazarus hatch under the jump seat. Can't say enough good things about this. Great idea. Makes maintenance much easier. I don't live anywhere near a marina that can service this boat, so I do my own work, and I really appreciate the easy access. Here's a look inside under the Lazarus hatch. That's my GLS 10 for my live scope. Nice place to mount it. Hoses for the live wells are very easy to reach. Your bulb for your fuel pump, the transfer system, the torque transfer, fuel water separator, all very easy to get to. Hopefully we don't have to work on those pumps for a while, but if we do, they're going to be very easy to fix. Taking a look inside the console, I put the storage and the fire extinguisher on the inside of the door. Picked those up from Amazon. The wiring's all very neat on the inside of the console. Very happy with that. Flush mounted my electronics. That was easy to do. Onboard charger inside here. The plug is on the outside though, which is very nice. The floor hatch for the batteries, awesome. Love it that I have 4 batteries down here. Plus I added a lithium for the electronics, and there was plenty of room. Alright, so we're on our way to Lake Erie this morning. Gonna christen the Skeeter Sx2350 on the Great Lakes. Not everybody is excited as I am about this. On shoulder ahead. Or maybe he was so excited he couldn't get to sleep. This is us right outside of Prescow Inlet, heading out 20-mile-an-hour winds out of the southwest, heading out to the breakers just to try the boat out in some chop. I'm not going to tell you how high the chop was because everybody will argue with me anyway, but the boat ran great. It ate the chop up. Like I said, never even had to use the trim tabs. Very happy with the ride. This is us fishing the breakers right outside of the bay. Boat's very stable. That's my son there. He had never fished on big water before. He had no trouble at all. wrap up this review, the only negative I have is the storage, as I've touched on already. The positives are the console, which I love. The hull design is great. It's a very smooth, dry ride. You're going to see top speeds around 50 to 55 miles an hour matched with the 250 SHO. The fishability of the boat, in my opinion, is top notch, and that's what I was really after. So if that's what you want, this might be the right boat for you.